Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to speak of the critical importance of both SNAP and Medicaid, not just to Alabama's 2nd District, but in every congressional district across this country. When I took this position, like all of my colleagues, I took an oath, not just for this position, but I took an oath to the people that I represent, and that's to not forget where I come from. I took an oath to places like Mobile and Montgomery and Phoenix City and Evergreen and Greenville. I took an oath to the neighborhood I grew up in Tobinville, to not forget the type of district that you come from. And for me, what that district looks like is about 1 in 4 households rely on SNAP benefits. Over 200,000 people, almost a third of the population in the state of Alabama, is enrolled in Medicaid. Individual median income in my district is just about $31,000 a year. I come from a district that is not the wealthiest, not even close to the wealthiest or well-off in this country. And so these aren't just statistics. These are real people that I see when I go home to my district. These are children. These are seniors. These are working parents and people with disabilities. These are neighbors. These are people who I grew up in church with. These are people who I went to school with, who depend on these programs to survive, not because they want to, but because they have to. And cutting these benefits would force impossible choices among some of these people, between food, medicine, utilities, between housing and overall stability. But it wouldn't reduce the need, because the need would still be there. The hunger would still be there. The poverty would still be there. It would just shift the cost on to our hospitals, to our schools, and to emergency services. And Alabama SNAP does more than just provide food for people. It also supports, as it does across this country, supports our local grocers, supports our local grocery stores. All of the statistics show us that SNAP is a positive, net positive return on the local economy. And so we have to recognize that Medicaid keeps working families healthy. 61% of Medicaid recipients in the state of Alabama are working, right? The majority of the remainder are either children or people with disabilities. These programs are not luxuries. They are lifelines that people need to get by. So let's stop pretending that these are just numbers in a budget and that these are not real people. Protecting SNAP and Medicaid, it's not about politics. It's not about priorities. We're not in a position where we can't afford it. We're spending almost $4 million every trip Donald Trump takes to Mar-a-Lago. So it's not a question of resources. It's a question of priorities. And with that, I yield back, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman.
I reserve.
Gentleman from Massachusetts reserves.